right, if you've been watching all of the videos, welcome back. This is number 5, being charged a fair price. And this is important to us that our clients are not being overcharged or feel like they're being taken advantage of. So again, I'm Steve Roque with Freedom Group Global, and we're going to talk here about what we charge for our services. So we are offering the very best marketing and the highest level of service possible. And we believe that our services are more detailed and extensive than 99.9% of the agents throughout the country. And we're not charging more for this. In fact, in many cases, we're going to charge less than the agents that are in your market who are providing less services. And our commission structure is flexible, so our clients can save on their commission when they pay to sell their home. Most brokers are going to charge you the same fee no matter what. Typically, a lot of brokers throughout the country charge 5 or 6 or sometimes a higher percentage of the sale price. However, we're going to go through here what we're going to charge throughout the range of sales prices. So typically, whenever a home is sold, another agent is going to bring the buyer. Now, occasionally, we would bring the buyer for our own listing, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But anytime the selling price is over $300,000, our brokerage fee would be 5% total. That would pay the buyer's agent, that would pay us as your agent, and then also the brokerage and all of the fees and expenses that come along with marketing your home. So anything here at 5.5% would be the price range from $150,000 to $300,000. Anything between $100,000 and about $150,000, you would pay 6%. And then anything below $100,000, our fee would be 7% with a minimum $2,500 listing fee. And what this allows us to do is to continue to provide the same services throughout the range of prices that we may encounter out there with selling homes or properties, vacant land, whatever it is that we may be working on to get sold. So we do have a couple of special case commission options. So it is possible that you might be charged 0%. 0% comes out of your pocket. That is going to typically be when we are doing a short sale of the home. In that case, the commission would be 6%, but the bank, your lender, would be paying that fee. And a short sale is when you as the seller do not have enough equity in the home to sell it and pay all of the selling expenses. 1% would be if you already have a buyer and there's not another agent involved. We'll handle the contract, disclosures, and walkthrough at closing for a total fee of 1%. The minimum on that would be $19.95, but that is a situation where maybe you're selling to a neighbor or a friend and you don't need an agent to market the property, but you want the additional support throughout the contract process to ensure that you don't miss anything and end up costing yourself a small fortune. So for 1%, we'll handle all the details in creating the contract and getting that transaction to the closing table. A third option here of special case commissions is to create at 2% massive buyer interest with the real estate auction terms. So in this case, we're going to charge you, the seller, 2% total, and the auction strategy is going to provide more buyer interest, typically because we're going to start at quite a bit lower price. But at a lower price, there's going to be a lot more people competing for the home, and oftentimes that results in a higher final sales price than if you did it the traditional way. And in an auction, buyers know that they are paying a premium, typically about 5%, and that goes to pay their agent any of the auction fees and the processing fees that are associated with that type of transaction. But as the seller, you're going to pay 2%. And the good thing about the auction is typically we know when the house will sell. We just don't know what price that will be at. And that will be, as always, determined by market demand. The last thing here is a subtraction off of the total commission that we would charge. So if we find the buyer and represent both parties, that would be dual agency. We're going to subtract 0.5%. And if you buy a home with us, we will also subtract another 0.5% so that you could be 1% less than the commissions that were on the previous slide. And so that really gives a lot of flexibility to our clients to fairly compensate them in situations where different things happen. So that was our commission structures at Freedom Group Global. I'm Steve Roque. Thanks again for watching this section. And up next, we'll be talking about contract flexibility.